Hello, I'm Mrs. Diaz, and I teach the 3rd grade. Right now my students are working on an activity as part of their math lesson, so I have a few moments to talk to you about everyday mathematics, online assessment, and reporting tools. The activity they're working on right now focuses on Standard 3 MD4. I know that some of my students have been struggling with it, so I'm monitoring the standard very closely. I'll start by showing you the evaluation tool, which I use to track my students' progress. I access the evaluation tool right from the activity. Here, I'm evaluating Aiden, and you can see his name here along with all the students in my class. So I can easily move from one student to the next. But before I evaluate Aiden's work, I can remind myself exactly what the standard is for this activity by clicking here. Aiden's finished with this part of the activity, so I can check his work. I'm going to remind myself what I should expect Aiden to know at this point. Looks like he did very well on the activity, so I'm going to record that he has met expectations on it. It's just as easy as that. Now, on this standard, I'm only concerned about Aiden and a few other students. But let me show you how I can easily evaluate the whole class. Let's go back to the activity, and here I'm going to select Quick Entry. This shows me my entire class. I can select meets for all my students on the standard, and now I only have to select the exceptions. So that's an example of one quick and easy way to assess my students. And the great thing is that I use this exact same tool for the progress checks that are in every unit, as well as the beginning, middle, and end of the year benchmark assessments. The data I collected on my students' progress gives me targeted information I use for building small groups, making differentiation decisions, and even grading and report cards. Let me show you one of my reports. I can see data for my whole class or for individual students. I can access reports at a very high level, or I can drill down my domain, cluster, or standard. And here's the report. It shows me how the student is doing on every standard in the domain I selected. I can even see how the student is performing compared to the class. Everyday mathematics gives me all the tools I need to easily monitor, evaluate, and assess my students. That's why it's not only how my children learn, it's how I teach.